Good afternoon. Here's your tarot for the collective. This is a reading for Mercury retrograde, which began today and goes until June 3rd. So we'll be asking Spirit what messages we need to be aware of for Mercury retrograde, what we can expect, etc. Before we start, I'm going to ring the singing bowl, so watch your ears, and we're going to cleanse the space. There we go. So there was definitely some resistance there. So when I see that this first card, the Storm card, that tells me that you've been resisting some sort of a change that needs to come through, some sort of a cleansing, something that wants to clear your vibration, your auric field. And there's been a bit of a resistance, and it's been kind of a slow build up to it. But we saw at the end that it came in very strong. So that's a good sign. But again, everyone's on different timelines. So those who resonate with this, I would have to say that, you've definitely been resisting this Storm card coming through. And that's why it's coming through for you, because the universe is really trying to get your attention to really kind of shake things up for you, to really shift that entire aura, that entire perspective, that entire energy that is surrounding you right now. And it's for greater good, obviously. Mercury retrograde, people get a little squirrely around it, but it's actually not bad because it brings up things for review, reassessment. It allows for closure, communications that need to be had, all of these things that are leading you forward into your personal growth. So when Mercury goes direct again, those issues can be resolved. Those issues can be moved on from. Those issues can be expanded upon, especially with some of the other energies right now. This Mercury retrograde is actually not painful. Obviously, there may be some glitches here and there, but as far as anything big, it leans more towards the positive because of some of the other astro energy. And if we see here too, we've got an Ace of Pentacles. So there's definitely, again, this has been coming up, that new beginning, that fresh start, that beautiful seed, that beautiful abundance. Things are coming through. So anything that's been kind of lingering, maybe something that you can think of that happened last time Mercury was retrograde, maybe those things are coming up again to really kind of finish through and start that new beginning. So let's start with the Storm card. Absolutely beautiful. This is my new Archetypes deck. It is by the Wild Unknown. And I feel like with this card, it's saying, again, it's like here we have the typical Tower card. Let me get this guy standing up there. So with the Storm card, it's like there is this bit of chaos energy that's kind of swirling around. And I did peek underneath this deck when I put it down, and we have arrows. So there is a little bit of chaos energy attached to this. It is going to feel a little bit chaotic for some of you. Again, those of you that have really been resistant to this change, it's going to be thrown at you. So it's going to feel a little chaotic, and it's going to be kind of like a whirlwind, which for some can be very exciting. So as we get more into the reading, there is a possibility that this is a hope or a dream, because I see the star card here. And I peeked under here as well. This Three of Pentacles is coming to mind. It's something that is some kind of a collaboration, some kind of a connection, some kind of, project that you've been working on, some kind of mastery that you're developing. So it's a really positive kind of whirlwind. Maybe something that's been really stuck for a while that, it comes up now for you kind of to look at it a different way. Or maybe there's a perspective shift that you have that really kind of pushes something forward that you've been kind of stuck on for a while. You couldn't quite figure it out. Again, it's like the storm, it undoes everything that was solid and known and relied upon. It gets stripped away by these beautiful winds of fate. And we've been getting these winds of change coming through as well. So again, it's like, the ground becomes the sky becomes the center, and then that center disappears. So it's just this great equalizer. And no matter how far you've come on your path, no matter, what's been going on with you, your wisdom level, your age, you can't hide from those winds of change. When it's time for something to change, that's just nature. It does. It goes through that. And, they're saying to like kind of wait this energy out. Don't try to fight this storm again. Go within. And again, like with this womb card, and the threshold card, it's like you're right on the edge of something. Something is birthing. This Ace of Pentacles with this beautiful bunny rabbit. Like your abundance is coming through. You're taking your power back. Your hopes and dreams are coming through. So I feel like, there's forces larger than you that it's like they're asking you to just kind of surrender to this energy. So maybe there's something that, there's a journey that you need to take this particular Mercury retrograde, and the storm is to come to rebalance your energies out. And it's like there's been something that's been brewing inside of you. And I feel like this is kind of coming out as well. So I definitely think that there's some of you too, that this Mercury retrograde can bring a conversation across your path, a conversation that, again, it's like this powerful shift in your perspective, something that creates this epiphany, this aha, this awakening moment. And that's been coming up recently as well. And I feel like that has to do with these eclipses. So that energy is connected to the eclipse. So, as we start off this Mercury retrograde, we're going right into that full moon eclipse. This weekend, those energies will be coming through. So, somehow maybe there's some kind of an epiphany, an awakening that starts off your Mercury retrograde. Someone reaches out to you right away, and you have this conversation that really just kind of like opens your eyes. And if we look next, we have the womb. That card is beautiful too. Again, very feminine energy. There's something with Venus and what she's doing right now, and it really is all connected. And it's asking you to it's asking you to mother something within yourself. So there's also some energies too that's kind of swirling around, that maybe there's some difficult connections and communications with the mother figure in your life. The way that you were mothered, the way that you nurture yourself, like those types of things are going to be coming up for you to kind of reassess, to find different ways of doing that, to get closure with that mother figure, like to finally figure out how to nurture yourself. Maybe this shift, this twist, this whatever that explodes kind of like forces you to stop and to go within and to really nurture yourself, and you're asked to contemplate the beginning beyond the beginning too. It's this mother beyond the mother. It's this world, that these feminine principles that return us to like this state of warmth and tenderness and sacred intuitive wisdom, you know? And this is a card of receiving. So again, it's like accepting that love, accepting this life-giving force that can forgive. And maybe there's something about this storm. Again, it's like it's asking you to surrender to that storm, to surrender to whatever this change is, and receive something, an energy of forgiveness that maybe was never available to you before. So this is here to help you kind of like heal and grow. And it's asking you to keep things simple, to return and to be reborn in that name of love, And again, we see Eros too. Eros is chaos, but it's also love. It's both energies all in one. And this card is saying it's like it's time to bring this kind of love and harmony back into your life. This nourishment. So perhaps, the Mercury retrograde is bringing back something to be reassessed, like a rebirth that needs to come through, a nurturing, something that was avoided and neglected here. And, it's asking you to reconnect with your feminine energies. So perhaps, again, with this Emperor card, we see here that maybe you were too much in your masculine energy, and you're being asked to find that balance between your masculine and feminine energies, and to know when it's time to sit back and achieve and I mean to receive, and to know, or is it time to go forward and achieve? When is that? When can you find that beautiful balance? And as we're in here, like, we just passed through Aries season. Maybe that was your time of like fire energy, and now you're being asked to step back and to receive things that want to come through. Because if we look at this threshold card, it's like this is some kind of a door, some kind of a gate, some kind of an initiation. And I think this card too also has to do with the eclipse portals. So this Mercury retrograde is bringing about something that there's a new door that needs to be unlocked. And maybe you've kind of had your hand at that door. The key is in the lock, but it just, you couldn't turn it. You couldn't figure it out. And now it's saying that you're going to be crossing this threshold, this entryway. And the precipice that you stand upon isn't typical, So, again, it's like something, Mercury retrograde is involved here. Like, it's not, there were some glitches, there were some changes, there were things that maybe didn't make sense to you. And, you've arrived at this threshold of like a magical initiation, and it wants to bring you into this new reality so you can receive this Eight of Pentacles, and it requires you to leave behind that old self, that you thought was so well formed. Again, you're building a new foundation. Those old forms are tumbling for a reason here. And this new energy calls, this new frontier, and this threshold initiation means that a part of you will be lost in order to make space for what's next. So again, we've been getting this metamorphosis and energy. So that death, that rebirth, it needs to occur. And others may not recognize you. So perhaps this Mercury retrograde, you are leaving some energy, some connection, some people, someone in the past, because they can't come with you into your new reality, and you're struggling to recognize yourself. So I feel like this Mercury retrograde is going to be kind of a review of, again, like your past, what led you up to this point? Who are you now? Are you in your feminine? Are you in your masculine? Can you find a way to balance those energies out? Can you focus on your hopes and dreams and get that optimism back again? So this is your asking to just kind of take it easy and to just flow and to just, you're in this liminal space. And again, there are some of you that, because we got this storm card, I feel like that was the first eclipse, and now this second eclipse is throwing you across this boundary, through these circumstances, through this threshold, because maybe you refused the first energy. You know, maybe the last Mercury retrograde, you were supposed to have a tower moment, you didn't, you refused. Now you're being like thrown across this threshold. And yeah, it's you can't go back now. Like, there's some energy about like something from this Mercury retrograde. It's like you're reliving this past, but only so you can have the key that you need to open up that door, to walk across that threshold again, for that Ace of Pentacles, for that new beginning. And again, it's like this particular season is very important. This season of growth, this season of abundance, you know, as we see the beautiful little rabbit and the flowers there that are blooming right now outside. You know, it's like that. This is the time. This is your season to, you know, to reevaluate everything that you need to bring in this new beginning. Yeah, it's something that you have been working on, and I think it's this there's like a reworking of it. There's maybe, again, a new business partner, a new connection, or possibly reworking. I feel like you're reworking something that you started before. So a lot of people say don't start a new project during a Mercury retrograde. Sometimes you have to, but I feel like this energy is, for some of you, is almost like something that you have started before. It's a possible business idea, a financial endeavor, some kind of a new venture that you're like reworking and revisiting again, and you're going to find that it's completely new, because you kind of let everything fall away and you were willing to start from scratch. You surrendered to that energy. You were willing to take that step into the unknown, you know, and allow the universe to give you this beautiful gift, because again, you have put in the work. So, you know, there's this creation of this new life that it's been building in this womb here, and now it's like this is your season to either birth it from scratch or rebirth it. And you know, it's a great omen for a plan to move forward with future success. So maybe a plan that it's going to get a little stuck right around here, right around this time. But as we go into the summer, as we go into the next season, you know, those hopes will be fulfilled. Something will be coming into its full energy, its full abundance. Again, now this is just, maybe you're just planting this one little seed for something new. And maybe it's that last final touch that you needed to put upon something as well. And that's all it needs to really just be reborn. And also there's like this energy that maybe says like, be sure that if something new does come your way during this Mercury retrograde season, be wary of it. Be wary of it. Do your research. don't, again, because we see this Emperor card, like, don't get too overconfident. Don't get arrogant. Um, you know, this is something that you've been working on. And if it does feel new, if it does feel like something brand spanking new that you need to start, like, again, make sure you've done your research and make sure you're not jumping into things and being too overconfident, and just really being humble, surrendering, receiving more, more of that energy instead of charging into something just because it's shiny and new. And there is someone that will be coming up from your past that was more focused on the money aspect of things. And maybe this person's energy is shifting into something that's more prosperous, but not financially, something that's more positive, something that's more connected, a kind of an energy where, you know, maybe there's a communication that was difficult for them to have, and it had to do with finances, it had to do with wealth, and now they're able to kind of have that conversation with you, and it really shows you how you can see their perspective change, because something changed them here as well, and they're able to talk with you about something that, has really had a hold on them for a while. That's what I'm getting. It's like someone was stuck in this 3D energy, and they couldn't see something grow in a different way. Like, maybe there's a different type of prosperity that's coming through. It's something, again, with this threshold, it's something unique, it's something innovative, it's something completely different that's on offer for you. But it is something you're meant to do. With the star card, it's definitely something that you're meant to do. It's definitely part of your purpose, but it's just changing its form a little bit. It looks a little bit different to me. It's like, yeah, it shakes up the status quo. I feel like there's something that you're doing, that you're reworking this Mercury retrograde season, that is shaking up the status quo. And it's going to be completely different from the way that other people do things, the way that other people get things started. It's starting off on a different foot. Interesting. I guess I want to look at this star card too, and then I'll get back to the Emperor. But this star card on the other side, it's like, again, it's like there is some kind of a renewal of something. There's more abundance here. So on either side of this Emperor, it's like it's up to you. It's up to you to be in control of this, and to decide which way that it goes. And again, it's like balancing those masculine and feminine energies in order to, to go with this initiation, and to get through this with your humble self, and have your faith intact, and to get your hope back. There's this positive transformation and healing energy, and you're being asked to release, again, this arrogance and this overconfidence and this bitterness and this negativity that can come from the Emperor, and can come from also too this fear of the unknown, because the storm and the threshold, it's like there's a lot of fears. You're in the dark, you don't know what's coming next. Things feel like you're just kind of swirling in that chaos energy. And the star it's this beautiful energy of Aquarius. Again, it's like this innovative energy, something different, something beautiful, something wholly abundant. And again, this is like, trust those forces around you, and allow yourself to be at peace, and to see that you are going to get the things you want, and things can seem very magical, and let go of any of those grudges and those revenge. Again, this season was going to give you some kind of a closure where you can let go of any of that past energy, that past hurt, that past resentment that you had in your attachments with others. And that way you can let go, move forward, focus on that growth and that hope and that change and what you're rebirthing instead of all those extra energies. Like the Three of Pentacles here, it's like you're looking at people differently. You're looking at how you approach teamwork, how you approach like future building and networking and connecting, and you're having the skills to you're getting those skills now again to bring that plan into the real world. So there's something that goes along with this star energy so you can bring that Ace of Pentacles through, and if you're feeling overwhelmed with the storm and the threshold and that chaos energy, your labors are not in vain. So they're asking you to kind of continue your work. Don't let any hiccups that are around you right now stop you. Remain diligent, and you're going to see those rewards, And again, it's especially relevant to creative and business ventures. And with this Ace of Pentacles, we have that. So you're an essential contributor. Your input is important and significant. And it's saying, like, don't underestimate your value. This is a great time to see that you're training your skills, your abilities. They're all going towards that beautiful Ace of Pentacles. You've put in the work. You're accomplished. People are going to take notice of what you do and what you bring to the table. And again, this Mercury retrograde, those people that didn't see that, those opportunities that, weren't able to appreciate what you bring to the table, those opportunities that you weren't, your best self wasn't there, wasn't in it, and people weren't receiving it. And this is asking you to be open now to maybe different types of communication and feedback from other people. And there may be some kind of a mentor or someone that you knew from the past, or someone that has been down this similar road as you, that you're being asked to talk to right now. And, stand up and let people around you, don't allow people around you to exploit you. Stand up and let people know that your time and efforts have value, and don't allow others to undermine you during this time. Maybe there'll be certain communications that you have with people that you really, you kind of start to notice here with this epiphany that you are being undermined at every turn, and that you want to release that type of energy so that you can bring in somebody else that you can work with that will support you as a true teammate. And again, this Emperor here is, I think in some ways too, you might be asked to release all of those connections that you have as far as your business, as far as something that's really affecting your abundance. You might be asked to walk away from that and to start off on your own, And again, this Emperor is, yeah, he can be a little bit arrogant. He can be a little feisty. He can charge forward without thinking first. And that's not what you're being asked to do here. Yeah, this Emperor is saying, like, get in touch with your masculine and feminine energies. Get in touch with your own inner leadership, your own inner authority, your own masculine power. And you don't want to be too stubborn. You don't want to, again, you want to be open to receive those things that you're meant to receive. You want to allow that change to go through. And, if you're faced with choices or situations, again, it's saying draw on your experience. That Three of Pentacles, you have the knowledge, the authority, and you're being asked to assume the attitude and confidence of the emperor and, offer your expertise, your authority, your knowledge, and really feel that, you can do this. You can balance your masculine and feminine energies. You can feel that you're feeling a sense of inner balance a lot more than you ever have before. And then this can also be too, as far as business, it's like you're being asked to kind of set aside those emotions or concerns about those connections. And this Mercury retrograde is going to be illuminating those connections for you that you don't need to focus on anymore. Those connections will be eclipsed out of your life. Those people, you'll know right away that you don't have time for those types of connections anymore. That way you can focus on clear analysis of the situation and really get organized and really get disciplined and really get that mind over matter and that fact-based approach energy and man up and make your move and really feel confident in that. And again, balance and a measured approach, not rushing forward, being confident but not overconfident, not rushing forward, doing the research, but don't be too rigid either. Don't be open to, again, this innovative change. There's something different. Be open to hope and optimism and seeing things from a completely different lens than you've ever seen them before. And this sometimes you're too much in that masculine energy, you're overthinking, you're being stubborn, and you need to get back into this feminine where you're the womb and you're nurturing and you're receiving and you're accepting as opposed to taking. So very interesting. This Mercury retrograde is there's a lot to unpack. Just want to pull a card from Light Seers. And then we'll be done. Pulled 3 cards. You are, again, we have this Two of Wands, and to me that is the threshold card. That's, you're at this crossroads. You have the world at your fingertips. There's you're being asked to take what's coming and to move forward and to be confident in that. And this 9 of Cups, it's like this is leading to your emotional happiness. So again, while you're being asked to take emotions out of it just for the moment, it's because your happiness is on board. It's coming. It's more than you ever could have hoped for. With this Star card, it's like all of your hopes and dreams are being fulfilled. And this 4 of Cups is reminding you to not dwell upon what you've lost, not dwell upon whatever foundation crumbled, whatever got eclipsed out, whatever needs to be reworked and revisited and reborn, to just be able to see the color in things, be able to infuse the color into that time of, there's a lot of dark energy here. There's a lot of unknown, but just keep bringing that star energy in and that 9 of Cups, that very hopeful, light, illuminated energy, because, that's how you're going to get your answers. That's how you're going to move into this next level. You're at this crossroads. You can go back in the past. Some of you, this Mercury retrograde might bring things back up and you might find yourself going into that past and getting stuck there. And that's okay. Maybe it's not your time yet, but you're being asked to really try to get that inner balance and to really know that maybe it is your time to receive this gift. Maybe it is your time to be reborn. maybe it is your time to step into this portal of a completely new version of yourself. And that is going to ripple out into your connections with people and your business dealings and your creative endeavors. And it's going to bring that color, that rainbow of happiness into everything, you know, after this storm, the rainbow comes out. So it's an absolutely beautiful energy. Like I said, difficult Mercury retrograde, but not really, because I feel like everyone's prepared for this. This is something that's been kind of working through. It's been kind of brewing. It's not, a lot of this stuff isn't that surprising. When you look back, you'll be able to see those little patterns of like how you were led up to here, you know, and how something that you started that just took that one little extra step and how it just exploded and was birthed into something else, something much more powerful. Absolutely beautiful. I'm going to cleanse with the bowls. Blessed be.